Thanks for joining us for another CRF conversation. I'm Mike Bevilacqua, and today I'm joined by CRF President and COO Matt Skudera. Matt, we just wrapped up the August Forum and Expo in Denver, and I thought it would be valuable to spend a few minutes reflecting not just on what happened, but why it mattered. A lot of energy, Matt.
Oh, there was a tremendous amount of energy. Absolutely, Mike. Uh, First of all, every forum has its own personality, but I felt Denver really reinforced something that both you and I believed in for a very long time, and that's people come for the content, but they certainly leave with something much greater than that. They leave with connections, conversations, and practical ideas that they can immediately put back to work when they go back to their organizations. It was just tremendous. It was a great forum for us.
I think, yeah, you clearly etched out like the big picture. And one thing that really stood out to me was the level of executive engagement. The agenda wasn't built around theory. We focused intentionally on AI adoption, governance, fraud prevention, payment risk, and working capital, supply chain finance, economic trends, and operational transformation.
Boy, Mike, that is a mouthful, but you're
Yeah.
exactly right. And our goal was different here. Our goal was to create an environment where leaders could come together and discuss the challenges that are keeping them awake at night. Not that it was different than any other forum that we had, but the focus on technology here. And I know we're going to get to that in a minute or so.
I was everywhere, but so was reality. That AI conversation, it's really matured, Matt. Organizations are now asking, how do I implement AI? And I think what's important is responsibly, and how can I generate measurable value? And there was a lot of points made where it's not headcount. It's a piece of it, but there are other measurable points that you can basically generate as part of an AI implementation.
Yeah, Mike, we heard from folks talking about how they've implemented AI tools and it expanded their ability and their reach to do their roles, not impacting headcount. They're creating more value. And the biggest takeaway I thought was that digital transformation isn't primarily a technology challenge. It's a leadership challenge. Let's focus on that. It's about the leadership challenge out there. We've all been through technology challenges. It continues to change. This just happens to be the largest and newest event in a lot of our careers. So it becomes a challenge on how do you lead through that? And let's stay with that for a minute because we talked about that quite a bit, like during the open forum, which tends to be our crown jewel at the end of each of the forums there. There was a lot of conversation directed around that specific focus, leadership through this particular change in time that we have.
Yeah, I think AI is such a game changer, Matt. The open forum just it takes on a larger persona because it featured discussions around AI adoption, leadership, ERP data integrity, which is a big one, credit limits, portals, surcharging, private equity, which is something we're going to talk about in October as well, and operational pain points.
Yeah, in the open forum, it reflects really one of our core values, and that's that no single organization has all of the answers, right? It's that collective intelligence that they have that we bring it together, and it's so powerful. Whether you're on the practitioner side, you're on the vendor side, it doesn't make a difference at the open forum. We come together collectively to solve the issues for the discipline, no matter where you fall within that value chain.
That is the value of the expo. You've got the experts there that can help you with the concerns and issues that you have at home. And though the best discussion centered around outcomes, efficiency, the customer experience, how automation can help, and risk management, because clearly the economy still isn't where it needs to be.
Mike, you always talk about golden nuggets and that everybody that comes to a forum should be able to walk away with three golden nuggets, right? And you work hard
Yes.
at putting that material together. So it crosses many needs of folks. But what I want to add here is that I think it's really important for us to know that the Expo creates an environment where education and trust drive meaningful partnerships. And what I mean by that is not everybody's on the same timeline, right? Some folks have a need for a specific product or service, maybe today or tomorrow in 30 days, et cetera. Some folks may be a year down the road or 2 years down the road. But what's important is that we come together and we create those partnerships, because no matter where you're at on a timeline, at some point you want to connect with folks and building those relationships, not only understanding the products and services that are out there today, but building those relationships is certainly key for success. And I felt that the Expo provided that to a lot of folks. So a lot of engagement taking place, a tremendous amount of engagement with folks over the time frame of the Expo, which is fabulous.
There's nothing more powerful than being in the same space, eye to eye, talking about common issues and concerns. And really, when you think about the forum and the expo, networking is really so valuable. And I just think today, people don't understand just how powerful that can be. And it only takes one meeting to actually spend a few minutes with someone that's in the same shoes that you are, but just in a different company. And that's one of the most valuable aspects of the forum is that person to person communication.
Yeah, and what does that do, Mike? In my eyes, at least through the lens that I'm watching things through, is that community creates confidence, and it creates confidence in leaders. And when leaders hear others face similar challenges, then they begin to make better decisions because they're confident that they're doing the right thing. They're leading from the front, providing the best opportunity for success, not only for their departments, but for their entire company. And and with that, there are a couple of key values I thought that came out of Denver. And let's just chat for a second about those. The first one I thought that was extremely important was that we had education with a purpose. You provided a platform of direct education with a very specific purpose, and that was about leading from the front, staying in the front through the technological changes we're seeing, i.e., AI in the space, but also from a personal standpoint, as how do you lead, as well as what's happening in the marketplace from an economic standpoint, a restructuring standpoint. So there was education with a purpose. There was also peer-to-peer learning, which is one of the most valuable pieces that we hear back from our membership, is that when we have peer-to-peer type of activity, that's when they get a tremendous amount of value, and one of those golden nuggets, or many of those golden nuggets, that they can go home with. The third thing I thought that was real important for us, and one of the outcomes was that there is responsible innovation taking place. Everybody's on a different timeline, and we get that. And there are folks that are leading the pack, but there are folks that are also implementing innovation that's right for their business for this point in time. And folks are doing it in a very responsible manner, meaning they're thinking through their strategic plan, the needs of their business, what's relevant, what's contemporary, and engaging in those. And not only engaging, but sharing with others how they're doing it. And that's which really was the fourth element for me, a fourth value out of this, which was there was community and there was collaboration. CRF wants to build that environment and maintain that environment where folks collaborate. They talk with each other. They look at success stories. They look at where things didn't go as planned and learn from those. And clearly that was resident in the forum and the expo itself. And the last piece that I thought was really important, one of the values, was that there is continuous growth going on. It's not a one-stop shop and you're done. It's about the longevity. It's the long game. It's in that value chain that you maintain that continuous growth. You continue to move along and look at best practices that are out there, opportunities that are out there, and those that are relevant for your business, and you take advantage of those. So again, key values in Denver, we had 5 of them, And I couldn't be more proud of the way the team delivered and the outcomes for the practitioner during our last expo and forum in Denver.
I'm excited because October's right around the corner, Matt. Let's just spend a few minutes on the preliminary program highlights. Again, we're going to bring together senior finance leaders, economists, practitioners, and subject matter experts to examine the issues and really shaping commercial credit, risk, order to cash, and leadership. And we always make sure that there is at least one program that is self-help. And boy, I'll tell you, we got a doozy for October. Beyond the comfort zone, taking personal leadership to the next level. We've got the vice president from US Foods, Marty Scaminacci, who's going to be conducting an interactive session that's going to challenge attendees to examine their own leadership approach, question some assumptions, and identify meaningful opportunities.
Like, it's going to be great. The one that sticks out for me, in addition to that, is where you're going to have three economists who walk into a credit conference. So we're looking to have three economists sitting on a panel talking about what they see coming in 2027 for us. And it's going to be super powerful. I'm super excited for it. And I can't wait to listen to what they have to share with us and certainly learn from them as we think about the future. There are more. Any others you want to share?
Well, first, do you think they're going to agree on anything?
I think we should start a little betting line on which one is the most correct. We'll see what happens there. Of course,
that one's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a round table and then interactive. So I think that one is really going to get folks thinking through things. And from multiple perspectives is what we love to bring to everyone. Yeah. I have to share the other one. I have been asked, I can't tell you how many times, PE, private equity, what's going on, either from being acquired or some of your customers being acquired by PE. We actually have a large middle market person who's the operating executive for Trivest, Chris Weldon. He's going to be presenting and talking about how private equity thinks about business. And it is different than a publicly traded company. And he's going to take us through the expectations, how it could impact supplier terms, customer relationships, credit decisions. It's going to be a must-see presentation so you can hear, as they say, from the horse's mouth, what PE is looking for and what to expect.
I'm looking so forward to that one, Mike, because we hear our members ask about private equity and the needs and understanding, and so they can make better decisions moving forward. This is going to be a tremendous presentation. I just know it is. Why don't we close it out at this point? You have any thoughts on Denver as we round it out and close the subject?
Sure, absolutely. It wasn't just about trends. You know, CRF, it's all about helping leaders navigate change with confidence and golden nuggets, Matt, as you said.
Yeah, I think about this in a very broad perspective. Technology, markets, and economic conditions will certainly change, but the need for trusted peer quality education, practical insight, and professional community remains constant with CRF. I felt 100% confident we delivered that in Denver. I thought it was just a fabulous event for us.
And that's what CRF is all about.
Yeah, helping professionals learn, lead, connect, and succeed together. I think that was the final piece for me.
You know, the forum concluded with over 250 professionals focused on supporting each other through executive education and peer-to-peer networking. That AI certificate program was standing room only. And it was clear that the landscape of the discipline is rapidly changing, and so will the way we approach how we manage B2B credit space. What was also clear is that CRF provides that professional environment where leaders can learn, lead, and network with confidence, both professionally and for the benefit of the organization they support.
And with that, Mike, let's wrap it up. We hope to see you at our next forum, which will be in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're out there October 26th through the 28th. As we already shared, we have a just tremendous agenda filled out and ready to go. We hope to see you. If we can support you in any way, please let us know. Reach out to us. Other than that, we hope to see you on the next podcast. Thanks, everybody.